An NC-17 rating, a movie star in the prime of her career, and backlash over a single plot point, I'm in. Ana de Armas is an actress whose star is rising quickly in Hollywood right now. After the success of Knives Out and No Time to Die in theaters and her recent role in the Netflix film The Gray Man, she will be starring in another Netflix film in late September. Titled Blonde, Ana de Armas will be portraying Marilyn Monroe. Here's where things get complicated. This is not a biopic. Blonde is a fictional story based on the life of Marilyn Monroe. Apparently, the NC-17 rating is for a scene where Marilyn is sexually assaulted. From what I've gathered, this is taken from a book on Marilyn Monroe, but has been made clear that this did not happen to her. There has been an uproar of people now upset this is in the film and feel it shouldn't have been done. It has been called fan fiction, fantasy, and worse. Also, a lot of backlash headed in the direction of writer-director Andrew Dominik. Of course, the arguing online over whether this is art and should be allowed to be expressed freely or whether anyone who watches this should somehow feel guilty is going on as I speak. I'm not one who's really against anything gratuitous in film. It just doesn't bother me. Does it fit the story? That's really the only question I feel needs to be answered. Violence, sex, language, or anything else can be used to any extent the filmmaker desires. Whether I enjoy the film is my subjective opinion, but I don't want to tell filmmakers they can't do something unless it directly promotes actions be taken in real life that would be harmful to people. I understand women's aversion to seeing sexual assault on screen. Game of Thrones dealt with a lot of people arguing there was too much of it within the show. I never felt this way. I always felt the world in which George R. R. Martin depicted was based on a time in human history when this was prevalent. Just like violence and many other miseries that were shown, I wasn't against any of it. Some people felt the same way about the N-word being used excessively in Django Unchained. Again, I felt like at the time in history that's exactly how and how much that word would have been thrown around. I took no issue with its use in the film. The place I do find complaints very fair is in the marketing. It should be made very clear this is a fictional story and this is not a representation of events that took place in Marilyn Monroe's life. There will be many people who will hear nothing about this, then watch Blonde and take it as a true representation of her life. That does a disservice not only to viewers but to the way Marilyn Monroe the person is remembered. If this film was about a fictional woman and this scene was in the film, I don't think people would actually be upset over it. It feels like the backlash is about the fact that a real woman's history is being fictionalized in a way that not only victimizes her, but shames and humiliates her into perpetuity. I never actually cared much about Marilyn Monroe. I just never really took any interest in her. When I first heard about this film, I wasn't very interested in it. Then I heard Ana de Armas would be playing Marilyn Monroe, and I thought it would probably be worth seeing. Now that there's a scene in the movie people haven't seen, but are up in arms about, this film just moved up my list. I want to know if it's even worth all the arguing that's been going on over it.